All right, scholars, our next topic is contractions, thinking about how we use them, how we spell them correctly, and what we actually do with them compared to what common mistakes are so that we can really look educated and knowledgeable in our language use. So contractions are when we're taking two words and we're joining them together into one word. And the apostrophe is going to replace the letters that we take out of the two words when we join them together. So if you're ever not sure where to put that apostrophe, you just need to figure out what are the two original words, how would I spell them, what words are missing, and put the apostrophe in place of those missing words. There are two reasons that we use apostrophes in English, and only two. We use them for contractions. That's when we're taking two words and joining them together into one. And we use them for possessive when we're showing that something belongs. That means if I'm saying, for example, this is Miss Pasma's paper, I'm going to have Miss Pasma, apostrophe S, something that belongs, possessive. The overcorrection that people start to use is that they use apostrophes for plural words. So if I say, I put on my shoes, then sometimes we start to write that like shoe apostrophe S. But that is incorrect. No, no, no. We never need to use an apostrophe S for something that is just plural more than one. It's only replacing letters in contractions or showing that something belongs. If I say I put on my shoes and I don't even have something behind shoes, it's a good sign that that's not how I need to use that apostrophe. So thinking about some common contractions, we've got words like I have, which is going to become a contraction I've, or you will, which will become you'll, or she is, she's, or it is, it's. And again, with all of these, my apostrophe is just taking the place of my missing letters. English is kind of weird, and in like some colloquial English, meaning different areas where people speak English, like especially in the south of the United States, you can actually put three words together into a contraction, like you wouldn't have, which actually is four words, I'm just thinking, and you can say you didn't have, and that's really weird. We don't really say that in Canada that much, but you might hear it in your lifetime. So one last thing for us to think about is the difference between it's and its. So one of them is a contraction and one of them is not a contraction. The contraction with the apostrophe is always short for it is. This it's without the apostrophe shows the possessive form. So I just said that possession is a reason that we use an apostrophe, but never with the its. When we have the its possessive form, it does not have an apostrophe. So if I want to say it's sunny, I'm going to use the apostrophe, and I know that that's correct because I can change that to it is sunny. If I cannot change its to it is, I do not use an apostrophe. So an example for this would be like, the dog went into its house. This doghouse belongs to the dog, it, so it's showing something possessive, right? I cannot say the dog went into it is doghouse, so I do not need to have a contraction here. I'm going to use the form without the apostrophe to show the possessive. All right, that's pretty straightforward and simple, but it's really easy to forget in our lives. And don't forget that we know that people are actually making decisions and judging us based on how correctly or incorrectly we're using English. So let's make the quick double check when we're using these words to make sure we're using the correct form and impress other people with our ability to use English correctly.